A couple days ago, I uploaded a video on a Yu Hakusho game concept type beat, and I'd really appreciate it if y'all peep that video for me. I put a lot of hard work, I spent sleepless nights working on that video, and you know, I'd really just love it if y'all could check that out. And if y'all are wondering why I'm making another Yu Hakusho video, well, let's just say I don't give a fuck. I don't know where to go. Anywho, Yu Yu Hakusho is the story of Yusuke Uromeshi, a street fighter, a wannabe gangster punk who grew up in a neglectful environment with a chip on his shoulder and more reasons to be mad than the Incredible Hulk. Then one day he dies. Damn, I guess this is it. In an attempt to save a small child from these fast bastards in a car, he jumps out and pushes the kid aside, sacrificing his own life in the process. From there, he meets the pilot of the River Styx, the overly positive Grim Reaper Botan, and was given the time to think about taking an ordeal to come back to life. After seeing the unfortunate despair of his loved ones at his wake, he decided, damn, I guess being a ghost really isn't the wave, and agreed to take an ordeal to which would restore his life back. This was the start of an otherwise great series. If there's anything the first episode teaches you, it's that people care more than it seems on a surface level. After witnessing his rival Kuwabara, his otherwise neglectful young mother, and childhood friend Keiko despair over his death, it goes without saying that Yu Yu Hakusho will forever stand the test of time. After 28 years, this series still manages to hold up and will no matter what always be a classic. Yu Yu Hakusho is a GOAT, and today we'll be talking about why it's a GOAT. For now, let's just get into this ish.
Troy L. You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she got ass, and she gon' fuck up a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, jump in the stash. In Italy, got too far, hold JD on me.
Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't start like a traditional action series. For the first couple episodes or chapters of the series, we're following Yusuke as a wandering spirit or ghost as he attempts to get his life back by completing his ordeal. Yusuke as a whole is more realistic than most main protagonists in my opinion. He's a character who always has a chip on his shoulder, who doesn't fit in with the rest of his peers, and he's even relatable to the watcher. I can relate to that in a way. Back in 8th grade, I was the same way. I had a lot to prove. I had reasons to be mad. Aside from that, the first couple episodes take time to solidify Yusuke as a character, more than just this stereotypical bad boy he likes to play up. Under the surface, he's this goofy ass, kind-hearted person who's protective of his friends, generally misunderstood by most people due to how he normally acts and the environment he grew up in. The best rep of how Yusuke truly is his spirit beast Pooh, which is a pudgy penguin looking thing with giant Dumbo ears and a patch of black hair on its head. This penguin type thing is supposed to be a reflection of Yusuke's inner self, though the major difference is that compared to the impulsive and angry ass he comes off as, Pusuke, yes I'm calling him Pusuke from now on, is his pure and innocent side, the qualities that others don't see because of the walls of bullshit he put up between his real emotions and this tough bad boy Yakuza persona he portrays. After Yusuke gets his life back, he becomes an agent of the spirit world. A spirit detective, someone who's tasked with fighting demons, apparitions, and spirits who wreak havoc in the human world and shit, with awesome powers like the ray gun! Pew pew! Damn, I really clocked his ass out, didn't I? And from here, we really see Yusuke grow from this immature smartass delinquent to the more mature savior of the living world. With every good shonen, however, comes their group of friends. Yusuke has this party of 4, kind of like a party you'd see in an RPG game, named Team Uromeshi, starting with Yusuke's rival and now best friend Kuwabara, the guy who gets the worst out of it in Team Uromeshi. It's like he's destined to get his ass kicked most of the time. He's also the same motherfucker who was in a truck for the majority of an arc. Kuwabara, among others, has his honor code and is very loyal to his friends. Hiei is a guy who starts off as an enemy, gets his ass beat, and then was like, yo, you finna let me join your team? And then Kurama sort of just pulled up, you know? So like, I'm supposed to arrest y'all now cause I'm the spirit detective and shit? You mean arrest them? I'm not in the mood for that shit. Did he just casually walk away from arrest? The group's transition into a full tight-knit group is perfect, as they first form a sort of working alliance type beat until the events of the Dark Tournament bring them closer together. All of the characters, however, have their own set of desires and motivations outside of Yusuke, which is why we can root for them as hard as we do during their own individual kerfuffle. It goes without saying that their friendship group dynamic is also pretty damn good as well, with them all being misfits of society in some way, shape, or form. Hiei only teamed up with Yusuke in the beginning because he was on parole, no joke. Kurama can be the most cutthroat and ruthless out of all of Team Uromeshi, despite being the most calm and mild-mannered out of the bunch. The one you wouldn't want to mess with. Enough of this shit, press the button. Bruh, are you serious? Press the fucking button. Well, if you say so... What did you do to me, bruh? Simple. I planted my death seed in you.
Pause!
Your life is mine. Don't you believe in mercy, bruh? No, not really. You messed with the wrong one. And the perfect part? Their personalities clash with each other, which is fucking great in itself. From Kuwabara's honor code and general naivety during fights, to Kurama's cold-bloodedness, Hiei's savagery, and Yusuke's sarcastic remarks, which is a constant reminder and reflects that he's a delinquent piece of shit. The fact that they weren't instant close friends in the beginning of the series adds more merit to their relationship, because we got to see it flourish into something tight-knit and genuine. From their exchanges as a group to how they fight together, Yusuke even noted in Chapter Black, Hiei likes to show up at the last minute and help out, and look what he did. He showed up partly to kick Yusuke's ass back into shape, but it worked out in the end. He showed up to help out.
Ready? Bring it on, bitch!
Development is most apparent in Hiei to me. Kurama even noted during the Chapter Black arc that this was the first time Hiei was ready to die for a human. This really shows how far they came as a group. Their similar pasts and experience brought them together and formed a bond that can't be broken. There's no grand speech about the power of friendship, no talk no jutsu bullshit that happens throughout the series. Yusuke just manages to form a team without trying so hard to convince them to be by his side. They just are there. Their relationship feels natural and genuine, like something you'd see in an actual relationship between friends or a group of friends. Their bond is shown through their actions, not their words. And while the main cast themselves are good, we also have some pretty kick-ass villains. I don't even need to mention the others because the series, to me at least, has two core antagonists, Toguro and Sensui. Toguro once sold his humanity, become a demon of the highest class, admittedly only a higher B-rank demon though, and was in search of a challenging fight that would give him inner clarity and peace. Sensui was the spirit detective before Yusuke, and after he found out that the quote-unquote world was lying to him, he seeks to kill all humans by removing the Makai barrier and quite literally opening the gates of hell on the human world. If there's something these two villains have in common, it's that their ideals and goals clash with Yusuke's own ideals and goals. One of the biggest turning points of the series for me was the Dark Tournament. When Yusuke was given an invitation he couldn't refuse by Toguro personally. For once he came face to face with someone he couldn't beat and felt a sense of fear from someone that was way stronger than he was. Everything in his life was riding on this tournament. His family, his friends, everyone he loved. The stakes were incredibly high during this arc, because if they lose, it's game over. The Dark Tournament in itself has many twists and turns, amazing moments and impactful moments. However, one moment that I'm always drawn to in particular is Genkai's final test for Yusuke, which is taking on her Spirit Wave Orb, which is a complete full transfer of all of Genkai's powers onto Yusuke. He goes through excruciating hell and pain and almost dies from it. He was even willing to give in to the pain and die, but the one thing that helped him gain the strength to push back was his spirit beast, Pusuke. Yes, I'm still calling him Pusuke, get over it. Yusuke pushed past his limits to save this little penguin with Dumbo ears. The moment still manages to get me to this day, because everything was riding on his success to win, and if he gave up, then he would let everyone he knew and loved down.
Hey, Genkai. You take care of this guy for me?
Anything you want, Yusuke. You've completed your training under me.
Nice.
It just goes without saying that this adaptation does Tagashi's art style justice, and it holds up really well. The animation does more than a phenomenal job with complementing Tagashi's art style. Studio Pierrot's team wasn't afraid to take liberties and get their hands dirty with funky perspectives or character models during fights. Each punch, each blast of power, each spirit gun is just imbued with a shit ton of impact, power, energy, and personality.
And he'll be swallowed by his own cursed flame.
The animation itself adds to the emotional weight of the fights in the anime. The animation works in tandem with Tagashi's amazing ass character design and already strong story. Jeez, I really wonder what happened to Pierrot. It goes without saying that even after 28 years, Yu Yu Hakusho still holds up as a series. It starts off with an amazing hook and rewards you with some pretty stellar storytelling as a result for staying with the series. It rewards you with amazing action, high stakes, emotional twists and turns, great characters with realistic development and interactions. Yu Yu Hakusho is a GOAT and will forever stand the test of time. If you haven't watched the series before, drop what you're doing right now, stop watching this video, go buy Funimation, it's also on Hulu too, and watch this series. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, then it'd be really cool if you all could show your support by hitting that like button, and since you're still here, you might as well subscribe as well. If you don't want to miss any video uploads, the bell is right there. If you want to keep up with my bullshit, you can follow my Twitter and Instagram in the description down below. And on that note, it's been Shibo. Have a blessed rest of your day. Have yourselves a damn good one. Keep it for real, facts.